father started the business in 1952, Earl Lokey. I took over operations in 1986. And I am prouder today than I ever have been of our company and our employees, the partnerships we form with the various organizations to make the community better, and I hope our employees feel the same as well. I know I have never been prouder of our company than I am today.
The Lokey Foundation supplies school supplies for our neediest children every year. They also take 35 to 50 students each year to Target in order to purchase clothes for school and just basic necessities. When you have students come in and get school supplies and cry because their parents can't afford basic things like just paper and pencils, and they talk about how this is going to help their parents so much now that they don't have to go out and purchase these items, it just touches your heart. So we've seen a change in many of our students, their attitudes, their grades, their attendance. And I think when the Lokey Foundation came out and met with our kids, they could see just what an impact they've had here.
When I first heard the Lokey name, and I've always associated them with selling cars. But with my experience these last 2 years, Lokey's more than just selling cars. You know, our branch here at the High Point community, we're in a low to moderate income community, and we run a deficit every year about $167,000. So for Lokey to come in and say, hey, we really want to support that cause, and we believe in the work that you're doing, you know, because it translates to, you know, taking newcomers, bringing them in, teaching them the English language, and then sending them out into the community so they can get jobs and, you know, feel as part of the community.
A lot of you remember, I'm sure everybody here remembers, the tragic events that happened back in January and February whenever 3 St. Petersburg police officers fell in the line of duty. And our general manager, this guy right next to me, a guy named Jim Surratt, came to us and said, hey, I got a crazy idea. I want to live on the roof of our 2-story Volkswagen dealership for the entire month of April. And here's what I want you guys to do. Every car we sell during the month of April, I want you to contribute $500 to the families of the fallen officers. And we wound up selling 250 cars that month, and I'm very proud to present Joe Lehman with the Suncoast Police Benevolent Officers Fund a check for $125,000.
Hey, I just wanted to say that on behalf of the employees of Lokey that did come and volunteer and that were out here, that, you know, it's our desire that that the people that make up our organization would recognize not only their own need for God in their lives, but that they would see the unique opportunities that God gives every one of us to play a role in what He's doing in the world.
Wow, this is incredible, and I just want to thank Habitat and Lokey and City of Clearwater and everybody who was a part of it, all my friends and family that came out and worked so hard, all the strangers that came out and helped, and we became friends, and this is just, it's overwhelming. Thank you very much.
Let me tell you why and how Lokey Charities was formed. 10 years ago, my life changed when I walked into Calvary Baptist Church on the Easter Sunday, and the Lord changed my heart. And
Before then, we'd been in business since 1986, and we certainly had helped Little Leagues and done minimal giving. But as the time has gone on, my heart changed, and I want to make a difference. I want to make a difference in our community. I want to make a difference in people's lives, families. I have a passion for families. I have a passion for children.
I feel since Charlie has started working for Lokey Automotive Group as a whole and becoming a part of Lokey Charities, for my family, it has meant that he has become a better father.
I think Jim's experience on the roof, because that was an effort for the Lokey organization to raise money for charity. Naturally, Jim talked about that a lot at home because he was trying to explain to the girls as much as he could why he was away from home so much during that month. And the girls even took that to school with them, and they did some fundraising at school to tie into that. I think it just set a great example for them, and they shared that with their friends, and it just kept giving and giving.
My son has started working here, and he and his girlfriend both have said the same thing, that they're not used to working for a company that cares so much about its employees and about the community too.
I brought my wife Annetta for the Habitat for Humanity. So the first time that I went, I was so touched by what we had done. Brought my wife, explained to her, and she wanted to experience the same thing and give back to the community sometime from herself as well.
I was a volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. One of the most rewarding things that I did in such a long time. It's just nice to work for an organization like Lokey that has such a charitable heart.
It's really refreshing to see a company that cares about it's not just its people, but the people in the community, and gives so much back. It's refreshing and it's new to me.
I felt like I got out of the Habitat an actual, satisfaction of being able to know that there is someone's future that we're helping to build.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because it's also nice to be able to contribute, the things that, we get and sometimes take for granted. We're able to help others, and, it's just a great feeling to be able to get involved in the community, so that way everybody realizes that, there are people out there that do care.
And I'll say this,
60 years we've been in business, Lokey Auto Group, and I've never been prouder of our company than I am today.